Hello and welcome back to Take 5. This is day 5 of this week, and the first 4 days we were looking at the book of Ruth. But today we are going to have a quick dive into the book of Haggai. Haggai is only 2 chapters, so it's really quite straightforward. But if you read this book, there's a few gems that we can pick out of it. But to give you an idea of the background, this is after the people of Israel have been exiled. That happened about 586 BC. That's when the temple was destroyed and Jerusalem was destroyed, and they all marched off. Anyway, many years later, we're looking about 538 BC, they start returning, and they start rebuilding Jerusalem. And there are all sorts of biblical accounts of that going on in the Bible, but this is just one book from Haggai. And Haggai is someone who God uses to try and get things moving again, because 18 years pass from when they return to the Holy Lands, and they have yet to do anything about the temple of God. They've been busy. They've allowed the urgent needs to take priority over the important need of re-establishing God's temple. Not house God, but to create a meeting place where the people of God and God can meet and exchange words, and the people can worship God and offer sacrifice, and just re-establish that relationship that has been lost because of the exile. And I think, for me, this book really talks about priorities. What are our priorities in life? Do we get pulled this way and that way by the emergency cover, firefighting all the time, with problems that are going on here, there? What are our needs, physical needs? What are our family needs? What are our work needs? There's so many needs around us. Even church can be like that sometimes. We're rushing around trying to help people out, do this, that and the other. But we're sometimes distracted from the number one important thing in our lives, and that is our relationship with God. How are we relating to God? How are we connecting to God on a daily basis? Do we allow the rush of daily life to take us out of focus from our relationship with God? Now, the people of God in this situation have many distractions. Not only did they have their own lives to put together again and rebuild, but they also had enemies around them that wanted to distract them and discourage them from rebuilding the holy city of Jerusalem and the temple of God. They didn't want that to happen. They didn't want the people of God to become a powerhouse again. And so they were threatening and all sorts of things. They've been distracted. And we can get obstacles in our life and things thrown at us and problems and issues. And they can be a real distraction. But if our focus goes on them rather than on our relationship with God, we are losing the very person in our life who can provide the resources we need to fight the enemy, to stand strong, to continue to grow in our relationship with God. We have to surrender ourselves to God and focus at least part of the day, if not most of the day, on that relationship, allowing God in. We have the Holy Spirit, which they didn't have. We have the Holy Spirit in our lives as Christians. We have Jesus in the throne of our heart. We can take him wherever we go. We can interact with him in any situation we're in. We can speak to him every moment of every day if we want to. And we just have to want to do so and act on it. What we need to do is take a lesson from this. And remember that there's a verse that says, I will shake all the nations to bring a harvest of resources, essentially. I will shake all the nations. In other words, God will shake things up in our lives because he wants us to refocus, to think again about where we're getting our resources. And God will provide those resources if only we seek after him. The book of Ruth talked about character. the book of Haggai talks about priorities in our lives. Is our priority one of putting God first and putting our relationship with Him first? I hope that this week has been helpful to you. I hope that the book of Haggai is helpful as you read through that. Sorry about my phone keep going off, but I bless you, God bless you, and keep you this day, and see you again another time. Bye for now.